It's Mansfield today. It's a Tuesday, and that means it's time for us to take a look at matters legal. And with those details, here's Advocate Lance Brogden.
Thanks, Jim. Wow. So, a lot of pretty rough feedback from last week's show on abortion. Put it in perspective. I give you the legal position, and I often give you my opinion. You also have your own opinions and your rights. And this is where I'm leading to this week. Once again, many months ago, middle of last year, we spoke about you are not bigger than the law. But I have a problem with that because a lot of legislation, a lot of legal protocols and processes are really poor. They slack. They don't work. They make no sense. Let us take something very near and current right now. The whole COVID thing. It didn't make sense that you had to wear a mask outside, walk into a restaurant, then sit down with all these people around, eating, drinking, carrying on, shaking hands, laughing, teasing, go outside and put a mask on. Wow, no sanity in that. But I don't want to belabor the COVID game because there are so many facets of it which are just so annoying and have done so much damage to societies and were not thought through. Here's another one. Your driver's license. We've touched this before, and I'm going to reiterate, and please, guys, use this. Your driver's license never expires. Never expires. Just your driver's license card expires. Stupidly, after 5 years, I can't actually believe that the card expires. It should, at a certain age, you should have to go for another test. Because all you do is renew the card without being tested if you're able to drive or not. And then life goes on. So there's no logic in that. It's absolutely illogical. Right? And also, the whole process of getting a driver's license is a circus. It should be very much made more simple. So once again, it's crazy. The laws, the acts, they are not up to date. Here's another one. So driving in your car, you may not use your cell phone, but you can put your makeup on. Right? You can smoke a cigarette or a cigar with your children in the car. I can carry on and on and on. And the fact that your cell phone is on or on speaker, are you concentrating that much more when you're speaking through the speaker in your car or speaking into your cell phone? I don't know. I have to think this through. So where do we get to now? We get to a fact that, unfortunately, a lot of laws, legal protocols are nonsense. They don't work. They don't make sense. I have people approach me saying, but I know I'm right. I got a court order. I got divorced. My husband is supposed to pay me X dollars a month. He's not paying me. Why don't the cops just go pick him up or kick his ass? It doesn't work that way, unfortunately. I wish it did. You take the paperwork, you take everything, prove it's not paid, but sometimes you have to go through a process. Boring and monotonous. Otherwise, we'd be in the Wild West doing whatever we want to. So I'm coming back to the point. I can give you dozens and dozens of legal cases, situations, matters, points of law that do not make sense. They're pathetic. Here's another one. If you go to the BEE tribunal and you say somebody is falsifying their BEE status, etc., they've got a year to come back to you. A whole year. Come on, guys. If you call that legally correct in any way whatsoever, it's an absolute circus. I'm doing a matter at the moment that involved that and got hold of them and said, the year has passed. They said, don't worry, we'll soon have the report together. Giving them all the information a year ago, everything, proof, documents, that this is one big scam. Damaging. Nope, this is what we're dealing with. But that doesn't mean I can walk into the BE office, grab somebody and throttle them and say, for heaven's sakes, why are you useless? Although maybe that would be an answer. Just a joke, guys, because I don't know what we're going to do. The risk is, and this is what this is about, the risk is you know something is what it is. You know that the law around it makes no sense. It's totally illogical. And the risk is you decide to take action yourself. I'm begging and pleading, don't. no matter how it makes sense to you and makes sense to any intelligent human being. Please, please don't. Let me come back to the thing of maintenance. For example, the husband's supposed to pay X dollars a month maintenance for the children, and he's supposed to see the children every second weekend, every Wednesday night, and he stops paying. For the mom, they often think the right thing is then to withhold the children, because you're saying you're not paying towards them, you aren't pulling your weight. Please don't. I'm begging you, please don't. Two wrongs don't make a right. That's the bottom line. Two wrongs don't make a right. So what do? If there's a matter and it's of a criminal nature, very importantly, go, even if you take all the facts, go there, do your affidavits, get a case number. As quickly as possible, find out who the investigating officer is. And then you ride them and push them and ride them and push them, because a lot of them are really, really slow, and your particular case number, your case file, your file might not get priority. I'm sorry that I can't give you better news, just to say is, we know what's right. Some of the laws don't make sense. Jump in and do it. Not that simple. Follow procedure, follow protocol. And I know as well, it's very expensive. We're in tough times. The world's economy is in a dire, dire state. Now we have to go and get attorneys and counsel. We have to go and make appointments at court to get through stuff where we have all the documentation on hand. I'm sorry, but it's real. And what it does do, the only upside of that, it stops society going to absolute chaos. None of us are bigger than the law, even when the law is ridiculous. Guys, have a great week. Have a safe week. I'll chat to you next week.